Heidi ho. Hi, friends. It's Friday. It's fun day. It's Labor Day weekend. Yeah, I remember many Labor Day weekends where I would go away for a 4-day weekend. But then, I was raised as a camper. I think the first time my parents took me camping, I was one and a half, and followed tradition when I had a child. First time she went camping, I think she was about a year and a half, maybe younger, not potty trained. We had to bring a little potty chair, the whole deal. But she was raised a camper, and we went camping a lot. Both my husband and I have always had, well, for the most part, but always he, have had our own businesses. So we figured out that the better time to go camping and go traveling was after Labor Day weekend, because that's pretty much the end of the season unless you're a year-round retiree traveler in an RV or something. So we would go the week after Labor Day all over Northern California, and we would go for about 3 weeks at a time, and there was no one around at the campgrounds. It was, sorry, Tug. My dog just got scared by something. It's okay. It's okay, puppy. We would have the best time because no one was out there. The place wasn't crowded with tourists. The roads weren't crowded. No one was at the campgrounds. It was great. Now, my daughter is 36. I am semi-retired. I wish I was fully retired, but and yeah, it was awesome. But now that she's 36 and I live in the country, I haven't been camping, good Lord, a dozen years. And actually, I went up to my little local beach yesterday with my partner. And I was sitting there thinking, why the heck do I not go camping? Why don't I take a trip? Why don't I go traveling? Now, I don't have a lot of money to travel all over the place. I would need to take items with me and do, selling on the road, but I could do that. And I do, this is my preamble, waiting for people to show up. I do have a plan next year after Labor Day, probably more like October to maybe middle of November, to rent an RV, really small, not an RV, a really small like camper van, and go across the country and visit all kinds of different parks and whatnot, and all my reseller friends all across this country, and shop, and mail it all home, find a way to stack it in the camper van, whatever. So that's definitely happening next year, no matter what. I want to go shopping in all those great places and meet all my friends, of which I have dozens, in person. So anyway, yeah, so I'm not going anywhere this Labor Day weekend in terms of traveling. But if you are, hands up. I got one person in here, so I'm, rambling. I'm Lucinda. I live in Northern California. That is where I ship from. I use PayPal. I use Pirate Ship. That's what most of resellers do, unless you're on eBay or a Whatnot or a Knickknacks or a Vamp or a, you name it, right? District platform. I am going to be starting to list on eBay again next week. And I might dip my toes the week after that back into Whatnot. I am a verified live seller on Whatnot. And I tried it a couple times. Wasn't feeling quite right, and my dad was really sick at that time. I was my mother's and then his caretaker for 4 years, living with them. And it just didn't quite work, but I'm going to dip my toes back in there as well. So Today is all vintage and some contemporary fantastic pieces of costume jewelry and the contemporary real beautiful, semi-precious stones. I always have a very eclectic mix of, as any of you who regularly come here know. If you bid and you win the item, and I don't have your information because I have been getting new followers, which, yay, if I can get over that 400 hump and then get to 500, and I need, I think, 400 more hours in watching shorts, then I could be monetized and YouTube will really push me out. And I need income. So that would be great. So if I don't have your info, mail it to me, email it. Don't mail it in through the post office. Email me your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address with zip code, and your PayPal email address in a separate line. Do not assume that I know that the email you're sending this info from is the email I need to bill. If you're not affiliated with PayPal, you can check out as a guest. Okay? So I have some stuff for sure that I've shown before because it's my stock and I have to keep showing it. Whether the price goes up or down is irrelevant. And I have some brand new items. Yeah. So, anyone have any questions? If you do, or if you come up with one, please put it in the chat. Please chat with me. Interaction makes me happy. Interaction makes all of us happy. My channel is not just about only selling you things, but coming together in our love of vintage, our passion about jewelry, vintage or contemporary, which I'm leaning more and more into. So you have any questions? You want to chime in? You want to tell me what the name of a stone is as I'm learning? Put it in the chat. Talk to me. Tell me what you're doing for Labor Day weekend. I would love it. Okay. So in this necklace I'm wearing, I showed this once. It is not inexpensive, but it is outstanding. Rose, hello. Hi, honey. Thank you. I have found that this actually keeps me cooler than piling my hair on my head, which I've done my whole life. Go figure. And it also makes me look younger. So that's a bonus. So this, if someone really was interested, I would give you a price. It is mother of pearl and coral. And it is not inexpensive, but oh my God. I told everyone the day I showed it, I was like, man, I love this. I'm going to take it away and I'm going to wear it for a little while. Sterling silver clasp. This thing is, ooh, it's so sexy. Thank you, Rose. Okay, so as always, I don't usually do a preview for Fridays. As always, I have a very eclectic mix. Thursdays is usually my kind of lesser expensive items. Or yesterday I did like a clearance, I'll buy it nows, with the exception of one item. Today is going to be mostly starting bids, and it's eclectic. So if you are here and you love necklaces, you love plastic bangles, you whatever, ask me if I have such a thing that you're thinking in your mind, and I'll try to pull it up for you. Sound good? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. A Rose, you can just hang, honey, if that's all good, because a part of this is Friday evening where we're just chatting and enjoying vintage. So, welcome. Please hang out. I appreciate it. I think I covered everything pretty much. Yeah. So I'm going to get started and start with my eclectic mix. And I will say that today, and I always bring way more than I can possibly get to, unless I was to stay on for 5 hours. And I'm just not a 5-hour type of gal anymore. I am very heavy on necklaces today, just to give you a heads up. I do have a lot of other items, but I'm heavy on the necklaces. Cheers, and happy Labor Day to everyone who works so hard, or who has worked so hard your whole life. I mean, it's, a big deal. How was the beach? Oh, Rose. I put up the first of 3 shorts, so you can watch it. The first one is short, but it's a locals beach. It is about 23 minutes away from my house, and to get there, you have to drive through redwood trees. Freaking glorious, Rose. Glorious. It's the first time I've ever been there, believe it or not. And I'm going to get to the sale. And I have made, now that I know that it's so incredible and that it really is that close, I have made a commitment to myself that I'm going to go once a week and just sit with a journal, a pad of paper with some colored pencils or chalk and a snack, and just sit and just be. Because the negative ions from the ocean, the sound of the waves, I saw a seal out there. Yeah, you can just breathe in and out, right? Yeah. Okay. So thank you for asking, Rose. So my first item, I've got so many necklaces piled on my 2 helpers. My first item, instead of a necklace, is going to be just an interesting little thing that I've had around for a while. Yeah. And I've been, Rose, you've been following me for a little while. It's been like a freaking hellish nightmare the last 3 years for me, for lots of horrific reasons. Not being a caretaker, which was exhausting to my body and soul, but a lot of other stuff that I will not talk about on this channel. So when I can just go to the beach and journal or draw or stare at the waves. Yeah. Okay. So I've rambled on enough that people are like, shut up. I'm not staying in this sale. What is that lady doing? Yeah. So, you know what? And this is not a starting bid. I really want this, even though most things are bids. This is a buy it now at 8, not 9. Okay. This is a buy it now at 9. This is a piece of horn. It was cut. I think this is beautiful. It is a very thin piece of horn, cut and just lightly carved, very thin, to be almost like a clamper, if you will, bracelet. It does have a little bit of wear there, right there, but that's the thin end. It is, let me put my finger through. Can you see my finger? Just barely. It is thin, thin, thin. Let me get it a little closer. There's a smaller size. It's just really simplistic. I will show you natural. Oh, yes, it does. I have several things that unintentionally do that. I put new batteries in this light because it was not working. yesterday, and I was like, what is going on? Okay, so natural material, if I can get this right, come on, has a green tint. So you see the purple on my hand, but you see the white. I don't even know. See the green? Now it's so bright it doesn't want to anymore. Let's see. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because it's a buy it now. There you go. There's a green in that purple. And I'll put it on. And I'll show you. Because it does like this, you can just, and it's very flexible, man-made material. You just do like that, and it goes right on. And then, you know, it fits me. Once I put it on, it's not going to break very easily. And then there it is. It's a tiny bit tight. I'm a 7.25. This is definitely vintage. It's been around a while, based on the wear on the front. And since it's a little tight on me, I'd like to go with, once you open it and put it on, a 7 to a 6.5. And it's a buy it now for $8. And I just think it's fun. So there you go. That's the first item. Hopefully I get some more people come back in. This is a hard time. I'm up against a lot of jewelry resellers and some of my good friends who are always on Friday nights. But see, I just love the transitional colors. And if you're crafty, I'm sure you could think of something else to do with this as well. So, and I don't do recaps. So anyone who comes in late and, you know, you'll need to do the chipmunk thing and put your speed setting on ×2. Okay, this is definitely a starting bid. These are incredible. So they are starting pretty high. And it doesn't want to click and highlight. Why not? Come on. There you go. Starts at 34. This was the other item that I did not wind up showing last night because I needed to go to the beach. I am quite sure that these, I really, at this point, I'm like 90% sure that these are, trying to get this. Let me just open that. They're clip-on earrings, that these are D&E design. And these are much older. These are like 1930s. And I believe that like Juliana D&E, which is never marked, started around the 1930s. It may have been a touch earlier. Well, she was definitely going hot and heavy with all kinds of designers by the 50s, but she was around way before then. And what makes these so incredible, not only that I'm pretty sure it's that designer, but let's look at this individually. Look, I'm wearing one of these costume jewelry rings with the embedded red rhinestones to show you all how fab it is. So no one ever pops on it. Okay, so this is cut green opalescent glass. This, the color isn't right. Look at this opalescent glass. This is Czechoslovakian glass. I know that. Look at that opalescent glass. It is cut like a leaf. This has got multiple cuts. You can feel them. I think it's not supposed to be, it's not like Egyptian revival, although that's what the 1920s vibe I get from these is that these, there you go. Look at that. And then it too is opalescent. Then you've got the AB crystals. And you've got these pearls. And I gotta say that the pearls may be real. They feel gritty on my teeth. I can't claim that with any being 100% positive, but they're gritty on my teeth. They are clip-ons here, and they are really nicely prong set. Here is the back, and as you can see, one of the reasons I'm claiming that they're back into the 20s or 30s is because the puddling is great. All of that is wonderful work, but the pot metal undercoating is just starting to come through, which is an indication not of poor quality, but of age and how much these were worn. So, whoa! So, if I don't drop things. So, these have sides, so they would go like that. These are incredible. And look how tall they are. So these would go on. I don't know how well you can see because I can't see what I'm doing. Like that. And they, believe me, this opalescent glass, so much depth. They are about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches long. So Juliana D&E, 1920s, 1930s. Here's the puddling on the back of that one. See where it's just starting to come through. Yep. No maker, Juliana D&E. There was never, she worked with so many designers, and there was never her mark, to my knowledge. That's a good shot. Has never been on any piece, at least. Yeah, aren't they fabulous, Rose? Has never been on any piece that I've had my hands on. But, and I do, these might be real pearls. Let me look at that. And they're actually, yeah, they're actually fully rounded. They're not just little pieces. So, okay, these are going down. And if nobody claims these, I've shown them a few times. If nobody claims these, I may show them one more time. And then if nobody claims them, they're going on one of my other platforms because they're pretty fab. I'll put them over here and I'll decide what to do about them later. Yeah, I think so, Rose. Exactly. Her style is her mark. And I mean, I've been selling vintage jewelry for 25 years, but selling jewelry and at the thrift store and loving everything about it. God, well, I've been buying since I was a little kid at the thrift store, my clothes, I was once a year. I got twice a year, new clothes for school. And then for summer, and shoes were new. But if you needed anything else in between, we went to the thrift store. So I have been thrifting forever. Okay, let's move on to another piece. Let's do these earrings because they're sitting right here. And then I'll do a couple necklaces. These are cool. These are probably, well, I don't know if they're newer. Actually, I mean, I don't know that. But I will start them at 19. I know I love thrift stores. So these are starting at 19. And the reason why I'm thrown, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at these. These are pierced. So they cannot be older than the 60s because everyone, wore clip-ons. But look at them. They are long. They are not shoulder dusters, but they are long. The rhinestones are excellent quality. Excellent quality. Look at that. Now, the thing with contemporary, like if these were, a repop in the 2000s, they would not have this much zing and zest and bling. So what I'm thinking, because they are pierced earrings, look at all that. If we were in the sun, I'm thinking, and they even have multiple here and a full one here, then the loop here, so they have movement. I'm thinking 1970s. Let me show you the back. The other thing that throws me is when resellers put on these new acrylic plastic caps because they don't have the original backs. It makes it harder to know what's going on. This particular metal style in the back is very much a 70s, possibly early 80s kind of style. Let's take these. There's two. Not one, no, but two backs on these. Oh, and they're really long post. So that's another clue to me. 70s, 80s. Is that a mark? Is that a maker's mark? Oh, let's look at that real quick for a second, y'all. There was I don't know that this is what this is, but there was a short period of time where Weiss made jewelry in the 70s, just a blip, and then they went right back out of that business. No, that is just the puddling. There is not a maker's mark. So but Weiss, yeah. Look at just, they're brilliant, they're layered, they're stacked, they have so much going on. Yeah, $19 is a steal for these at a starting bid of 19. And I do not know why the heck, yeah, and a long post. So they started making posts shorter than this after the 70s. So I'm going to date these to the 70s. And unfortunately, they don't have their metal back. But so how long are they, you might want to know, with all this double, triple posts? 2.5 inches long. 2.5 inches long. So, and yeah, double post. I don't know where that one piece went that I took off, but I'm taking them both off. There you go. Gorgeous. Think about it. I will bring these back a few more times, but think about it. Rose, are you going anywhere for Labor Day? Are you having like a big family to-do or anything like that? I am going to be chopping up fresh veggies, squash and peaches. So not just veggies, fruit and a vegetable, and into little pieces. The squash I will flash boil, then letting it cool, put in the freezer, and then putting in seal-a-meal bags for the winter. I'm getting a double flat of peaches and just a big flat of yellow fresh squash. And then I'm going to ask about strawberries and something else. And I have broccoli. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Broccoli and Brussels sprout starts for the winter. I'm going to do hoops over my raised bed when it starts getting cold so that I can grow year round. So let's do some necklaces. I only have a bazillion on all of my helpers. You want to talk about how people are layering? Okay, so this is not how I'm selling it, but I was just like, I have so many more in my basket. I was like, let's just layer this. So let's pick one and show you. Let's pick this brand new one, and we'll do the other two afterwards. Woo-wee. So this one is going to be a starting bid. Rose, are you going anywhere? For Labor Day, or are you just going to be smart and avoid all the traffic? So I'm going to put this. This one does not have a clasp. I do not believe. It is definitely vintage. I can tell by the construction. It is glorious. This is on my helper, Dolly. I think it should not be on the black, but I will take it off in a minute. This is Dolly. Say hello, Dolly. It is gorgeous, but the black is blowing it out. These are hand-blown glass tortoise shell. Good for you. Hola, Maritza. Maritza, I have a item I'll show that I think you would like, and it's at a reduced price. I meant to show it yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. This is hand-blown. Each one is a little bit different because that's the nature of hand-blown glass, with even the hand-blown spacers in between. It is on copper wire. So with the copper wire, and then the rod goes through and they crimp onto each one, the next one. I am dating this to, and the wear on that copper just a little bit. I'm dating this to the 60s. I really am. I'm going out on a limb and saying that. It is tortoise shell, and it is glass. It is not plastic. This is glass. See how each one is different? And it's got all the wave and the movement. Because it's on copper. Oh, look at that. Like this bead. I don't know if you can see it. See the dimple at the bottom? The round little one? Yeah. That's a really good way to date these. The construction. Because China is doing a repop on these type of beads, glass beads. So you can buy these really fun, cool glass necklaces, of which I have a few. One of is going to come up today at an inexpensive price because they look so much like this, but the construction is off. They're still pretty. They're still fun, but it's not right. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's really long, and it's definitely based on construction, vintage. It's been around. You can even see that what I'm calling copper, I think it had a copper overlay because there is some wear on the metal. Let's see, I'll show you if I can. You see how it's wearing again? So yeah, 60s, 50s, and it's long and beautiful. Dandy. Oh, Dandy. Hi, honey. I love you. Everyone say hi to Dandy. Dandy. I went to sell this and no one bought at what I was asking. So I was like, I'm going to keep it for a while, and I will still sell it if someone wants to pay what I'm asking. But Dandy, this girl, I don't know how you didn't keep it. Oh, I hope you're well. So this goes down to right here, which is right starting in the middle of the girls. So it's going to be about a 28 inch. And it doesn't have a clasp, so you can't double it. I suppose if you really wanted, you could tie a knot, but it would be odd. It wouldn't be quite right. Like I say, late 50s, early 60s, hand blown, probably Italian glass. Oh, dandy. So anyone who's here, if you don't know Dandy and you've never been to one of her sales, go subscribe to her channel. She's fabulous. And I recommend a lot of people. I have a lot of reseller friends. And they all have great shows. Dandy, she is so much fun and she works so hard and she brings the stuff. So if you don't know Dandy, go subscribe. So this one, again, I'm going to bring this a few times and then I'm going to list elsewhere. Okay, moving on. Thank you for looking. Dandy, are you going to go anywhere for this weekend, or are you and your family just going to kick back and stay home? People either are mad dashing it out because it's the last big weekend, or they're and they just stay home. Okay, this is, you're welcome, Dandy. Dandy, you deserve it. And when you aren't busy and, with everything in your life, I would love to put together just about, how we've done before, a 2-hour sale together where, we go back and forth and then you carry on, because Dandy will go for 6 hours. She's young. She's got that stamina. I can't keep up with her. So this is a Joan Rivers 90s. I brought this yesterday. It was on clearance. I don't know if I brought it for this or a little bit less, but here it is now at $36. This is beautiful. Hand blown purple glass. All different beads. Joan Rivers is very collectible. She was known. I'll put this on Dolly. It has about a 3-inch extender that is gold tone. Joan Rivers, as I said yesterday, was known for creating jewelry that was supposed to look very expensive, but you could travel with it. It was copying vintage, but you could travel with it and not be concerned that you were going to be ripped off. This, and I showed it yesterday, this purple reflects light out onto whatever you're wearing, onto people, onto your skin, of purple. It reflects purple light in the sun. It is it's so good, and it's so soft and buttery. Yeah, Dandy. I know, honey. You've got a lot going on. Good. So there you go, everyone. Dandy's going to try to go live this weekend. So go check her out. And it is a little bit darker purple than what's showing. Let's see. Can you kind of see? I don't want to spend too much time. I'm trying. It's so hard. If I was in the natural light, it reflects purple onto your hand. And Joan Rivers she is really collectible, and she's not going to stop being collectible. There you go. That's the natural color. I can't get the reflection to come. It is very, very long. Yeah, purple. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys, it's still way too hot there. it's cooling down here, like as if summer is ending. It's nuts. So this one, again, is about the 28 inches. Yeah. And it's like being the queen. Purple is a royal color. And it feels so good, like Dandy's boiling hot over there. This would cool your skin down. Oh, look. You see the reflection on my hand over here, down by my thumb? It shines light purple. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Okay, that was another one. And I have bought this piece many times. I cannot go lower than this price. I think yesterday, even at clearance, it might have been $39. I can't go lower. So maybe it's going to go to a Whatnot or a eBay. I don't know. I'd prefer that one of my friends bought it. But, you know, I can't make you buy something. Dandy, how is family life? How is all the not so littles doing? That they're so this is now going up in my to go on eBay or a Whatnot. Unless someone claims it, I'm not going to show it again. I've had it for a while. Uh-oh, Dolly just fell down. I knocked Dolly over. I have to get Dolly. Yeah, and it is a heavy necklace. That's true. Thank you, Dan. It is heavy. How are the not so littles doing? I bet you're a most excellent mommy. You just have like such a extraordinarily calm, controlled, vibrant presence. I think your kids get that and have that same attitude. I really do. Okay. This is a buy it now. It was going to be a buy it now yesterday. Oh, I totally get that. I homeschooled my daughter. I homeschooled and put her into like tiny little, there was a school around the corner from us, really fortunate, that was 3 rooms. So you had like your littlers, you know, starting with preschool up to whatever. Then you had your middle school. Then you had a room with high schoolers. And they all helped each other. And you just went through the material at your own pace, whatever that might be. And then, and when you were done, you graduated. And then I also homeschooled her. And I had a whole group of moms. And gosh, she's got an incredible education. She did more. And I didn't know, I'm not a teacher. I didn't know how to teach, but you know, you pick up a book, you turn on the TV, you get a video, you go to the library, you get the books from a charter school. It is not that hard. Although it is extra work for the mom. But Dandy, if you want any kind of tips about like, depending on how you're doing it, about like science or, you know, I did so many things to help my kid learn and it was so much fun. There's so many ways to teach out of the box. So this is this fabulous, how many strands is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strands of these teeny tiny, they are seed beads. They are like black and gold, but they're not, but they really look like tiger's eye. And then most of these vintage beads, like this has gold paint on it. These are plain pink. Here is, see this? And it's got the gold paint on it. Then there's this purple. Here's another one of these. Here's this pink. Most of these are plastic. This is a really, look at that one. Most of these are plastic. There is a few that are glass. This is really nice down here. This is really pretty on. It's a great winter or summer. Look, it would go fabulous with what I'm wearing. Yeah, Dandy, you could email me, or you have my phone number. You could call me. And it has a shepherd's hook closure. This is, likely from the 80s based on the colors, and it's really popping fuchsia pinks and like a darker lilac purples. I wonder what it will do if I do like this. I'm afraid it's going to blow out a little bit with what I'm wearing. But so hold on. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. But yeah, Dandy, you can call me or email me if you want any advice about, well, what did you do about science? Well, what did you do about math? I mean, I did so much fun stuff. So there it is. It's meant to be layered, to be great with a white shirt, a black shirt, for fun, for a concert. And the longest strand, about 16. It's just a really nice 1980s artisan made piece. It's not heavy. It's not light, but it's not heavy. And see, there you go. How the little tiny, tiny seed beads look like tiger's eye. They're not, but they look like it. It's a really nice piece. Okay. Buy it now for $20. You would just put in necklace. Okay. This, I'm unsure. This is another one that I'm just like not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll do something with it. Oh, I did not. I have so much stuff I'm going through, and next week too, I'm going to be cleaning up my my office business space. I need to go through all my jewelry and put it back in the correct boxes, and look at what I have and think about what I'm going to do with it. That's why I'm setting a lot of this aside. I have an eBay whatever box up there, but I also am setting a lot of stuff aside to decide what to do with it. Okay, this is really cool. It's just so simple, but really sweet. And thank you, everyone that's here. I appreciate it. I had quite a bit of people here yesterday, and it was really a lot of fun. I don't remember what I paid for this. I don't remember. Some of my stock I've had for a while, or it's been put away for a while. Here is the clasp. It is got a copper. Yeah, it is copper and less. I will look real quick and see. I don't think so. There is a little tiny thing that could be a mark, but it's so tiny. Oh, and then over here, let's look here. I think that's just all nonsense. Yeah. Okay. So this is just a tiny little vintage. Hold on, let it stop moving. Beautiful wire piece with these very old, teeny tiny seed beads and this different wire wrapping. Really dainty, really delicate. And then these right here are like it's not opal, they're like light blue, but they're opalescent glass. So the way that the coating is, the way it catches the light, it kind of looks like opal. And it just goes down and it's very small. And at the bottom is this. So I love this, and these are old vintage beads. What this reminds me of, and it is glass. For a minute, I was wondering if it was some blue dyed pearl, which I've never seen before. It reminds me of a tiny, like, child's mala or prayer beads. There is not a hoop or a loop down here to hang across, but if there was, that's what I would do with it. See how little it is? It's just so dainty. Let me put it on Dolly. Hello, Dolly. Come back for a minute and help me so you can see. See what I mean? It's just really sweet and delicate. So if you don't like to be ostentatious, if you have a teenager that likes to wear jewelry, but you don't want them to be like, hello, here I am, this is perfect. And someone went to a lot of work to do all this individual wire work with just the simplest of old seed beads. I need to clean Dolly. Look at how dirty she is. That's not nice. I need to take her to the sink and wash her. She does a lot of work for me. She doesn't deserve to be dirty. So she's not very long. I don't do recaps. But if you come in late and you put your speed on double time, you can get through what I show pretty quick because I take my time. I don't take as much time as I used to, but I still take a lot of time. Okay, so my beautiful big necklace may need to come off because it is hampering showing things. So there you go. It is not tight on my neck. It is loose, but that's what it would be like closed. It's on top of my Ganesh. So that's a problem. Let's move it right there. So it is about 14 inches with this 1-inch drop, and it's just dainty and delicate. If I was wearing just this with these tiny earrings, these are silver, and this is more of a copper gold, but you get the idea. Just simple, delicate, no weight. It would make a great gift for a teen. I don't have a teen. I don't have grandkids. I'm not going to have grandcats. Okay. Well, Dandy, if you're still here, I'll try to catch you live when you come on. You usually come on later in the evening, so it's not always easy for me to get there. But I will check it out. I will try. So this also is, well, this I haven't shown it that many times, so it can go over here. Okay, let's switch gears from necklaces. No one seems too interested in that. Fridays is really high competition. And I am going to, how does this, it's a I am going to take this off, even though I love it. I'm going to take a moment to undo it because it is detracting from when I see. There's the clasp. Oh, I love this. Got it from Dandy. It is detracting when I show necklaces on me. It's taking away from the thing. Now I have long nails and I can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, y'all. Intermission time. Get a drink. There's this. It's not appropriate, but I don't drink. But there's this music video song I found on YouTube. Kind of sums up like the hassles I've been going through and the psychological warfare, so to speak, over the last several years, and to do with ridiculous stuff called SOB, Pour Me a Drink. It goes through my brain nonstop. So this is not for sale right now unless someone was really interested, but here it is. Ugh, it's so good. Oh my God, y'all. It's pearls, coral, sterling silver. Ugh, I love it. But I have to put it aside because it's detracting. It's detracting from what I'm showing. Okay. Let's do starting bid of 30. Hopefully people pop in and out and decide to stay for a while. I mean, it is hard Friday. There's so many choices. But I am at, I think, finally 389 subscribers. I've been working, I was way up and then my father passed and I took a break and I lost people. And now I'm finally getting back on track. These are $30. They are pierced earrings. God bless America. Christmas and winter is coming. Ugh. So these would be perfect for that. These are from the 90s. They are beautiful. They were made by a company. I have these in red and blue. I'll take them out of the box in a minute. They were made by a company, a woman in San Francisco who, like Joan Rivers, did vintage inspired, but with a twist and made things that looked like they were really high-end expensive, but were not. When these were new, they sold for, I think, $75. And I believe her company shut down. She had some legal stuff and her company shut down. Yeah. She went bankrupt. So it's hollow on the back. So they're not as heavy as you might think. There's the post. It is gold tone. Nowhere on here are they marked gold. It does have the metal post for the post back. You know what? This is a problem. Hold on, you guys. I'm not, I am not liking how much this is moving. I paid up for these. I want to check the other one and see if it's supposed to do that, which doesn't make sense. But now that I noticed that, I'm concerned about it. Okay, this one also moves around a little. Okay, so they're supposed to have a little bit of play. Okay, that was freaking me out. I was like, oh my God, these are broken. I can't sell these. So, moon and stars, cubic zirconia. In the middle, in the moon, and in the stars. This is what these are. They are about 1.5 inches long. They're gorgeous. And you know what I just heard, which, probably all of you have as well. If you're a reseller or just paying attention to the news, something went into effect today, and all these countries will not ship to us because something to do with how much money, like, in Italy, when something's shipped there, they have to pay all this money to their postal system, to customs. So they have to think really carefully if they order anything, even just in the European Union, let alone, the United States, South America, whatever. And there's something like that going on here. And retailers are talking about how it's going to affect our Christmas shopping. So here's some Christmas shopping out of the way. And I have blue and red. Starting bid $30. Comes in the box. Thank you for looking. Okay, what now? How about this? How's everyone doing out there? This is a buy it now of $20. It is $9.25, so it is vermeil. I'm gonna assume, but I could be wrong. But I had a ring similar to this, so I'm gonna assume that this is a man-made gemstone meant to look like a blue sapphire, which isn't terrible, but I don't believe it's real. It is the silver and then the gold in the middle and the band. It is really pretty. Here it is. It's kind of like a triangle oval. There's the full stone just set in there. Here it is on my finger. It's very comfortable. It's, it's definitely contemporary. Man-made stone. It does say $9.25 on the inside. So far, so good. Good, Rose. It is right in there. It says $9.25 with an S. That's the best you're going to see it. And I'll tell you what size it is. It's really nice. Little ring. Again, it would make a great gift. So I have learned to do these backwards when they're offset. And this is the US sizing. There's the 7. And it goes down right in the middle to an 8. And that would make sense. This is about a size 8. So size 8, buy it now, $20. Have fun, Dandy. Say hi to your daughter. And love you, girl. I'll try to pop in this weekend. And like I say, if you have any questions about how to make all that fun, let me know. Because I did it pretty much her entire schooling life. The schools just, there was a lot going on. I mean, we could talk about it in private. But yeah, she had a hard time. She's really intelligent. That was not the problem. So look how nice that is. I mean, it's a really nice contemporary little ring. There's nothing wrong with it. Size 8, buy it now, $20. Okay, going down. Going down. I'm going to try this one more time. And then you know what's going to happen? This other ring, I'm going to try it one more time. And if no one is interested, it is, I don't know. I will gift it to someone. I will sell it elsewhere. This is a vintage. I'm going with 70s, 80s. Open band. Sterling silver. Turquoise. Carved insets on the band. The turquoise. Let me make sure to really get it over there and show you. The turquoise just seems to be not lit up well enough. There you go. Is this really nice deep blue with that black line? Look at my camera trying to focus. It just went dark. With the black line, there's also a tiny bit of white, like perhaps some quartz. It's a really nice piece. It is also, I've measured this many a time. This is an 8.5 with its band. It, I'll show you on the thing. It's an 8.5. It is sterling silver. It's marked 925. Where is the marking? I say trying to find this. I bought this from a really top end reseller who tests every single piece, and it was tested. It does not say 925 in here. It's an artisan piece, but it is. I bought it from them, and I know that it is. So there it is. I think it'd be great, like how this one is. Let me give you the size. Oh, I didn't highlight. I'm so sorry. It starts at 35. I do that a lot. I don't. So this is why, see, when I have it here on the front, which is it? The top, the bottom, the middle? I don't know. And then the back, it's curved because it's a waved, curved, open band. So in order to figure out the size of this correctly, I turn it around, and it is like a 7. This is like a 7 3/4 because of the band like that, but it fits on this finger, which is an 8 to an 8.5. It's a hard one to measure. It's a gorgeous ring. Starts at 35. Okay, moving on. So I will not be showing this anymore. This is going. This is going. Shown it many times. It's going somewhere else. Throwing it up in my eBay, whatnot, to be figured out box. Okay. Thank you for looking. So I'm doing some costume jewelry now. Starting bid of 21. One of the pieces I've had since I was listing on eBay in 2000, 2001, and the earrings are new. The earrings, I married them together because they go together. So this is actually a really good deal. There is no maker. That is black glass. I do not believe it's onyx. I believe it's glass. And then the brooch, black rhinestones in like a cornucopia. They go together perfectly. They're clip-on earrings. And obviously the earrings actually go like this. And given that this band is thick, this is reverse, right? This should probably be on the, well, maybe not. No, this should be on the outside of your ear. Yeah, so it's reversed. This should be on the right and this should be on the left. But maybe on your end, it is correct. But the way they're on the card, see, they're upside down. And then you have this brooch. So starting bid, you get silver tone set, black glass, silver tone. The brooch is about, well, I'll give you an exact measurement of all of it. I love this. I really think it's great. The brooch is 2 inches across, and the earrings are 1/2 inch wide and almost 1 inch long. Starting bid of 21 for all three. I would bring this brooch and have brought this brooch by itself for 18. I have brought these earrings by themselves with that glass. They're like 1950s, 1960s for 18. So $21 is clearance price. It's really nice. Think about it. I won't be bringing these back. I know it's Labor Day. Pretty much everyone is off vacationing or doing other things. There's resellers that are usually on who did not come on today because they're out and about doing other things. And it's also the end of the month. So add all this economics together and it's a problem. But what I am seeing here is that I know traffic comes in and out and people are, finding their niche, where they want to be, what they want to do. These are going down. These will not come back unless someone claims them. They are also going to another selling platform. What I'm noticing is that I'm putting in a lot of prices, and some people are chatting with me, but I'm putting in a lot of prices, and nobody's really interested. And I'm so happy you're here hanging out with me. But if I go for, hour, it's been a little over an hour. Yeah. If I go for an hour and a half and I just keep showing items and no one is interested, I close the sale. And it's not worth, it starts to become not worth my time. Okay, so this is not jewelry, but this is fabulous. This is a mineral tower, tourmaline. It is hexagon. Sorry, I needed a little bit of protein. Look at all those beautiful crystal inclusions. It is 4 inches tall. It has this like shelf piece right there that is deep, deep pinks. And up here, beautiful. It's got so much going. It's a really nice one. It's got so much going on in there. So I thought I'd bring it. It's a really, see that? It's a really, really good piece. And people love this. I love this stuff. I have a lot of it. See, there it is. And it looks beautiful next to jewelry. Yep, they go together. Okay, starting bid of 17. It's a good one. It's got a lot of depth. A lot of colors. Tourmaline. Okay, and for the same price, starting bid of 17, this is a marbled jasper. This one is not the snake skin. It's something else. Dragon's head. It is a local. There you go. Moss agate. I can't look at that. I have it in my notes on my phone somewhere. I haven't shown this for a while, so I don't remember. The people that I bought it from, they carve their own. Even though this is a standard kind of very popular style out there, they carve their own. And I think they cut the lines on this piece really well. So there is the dragon's head. And it is about 2 inches by 1.5 inches tall. Oh, I was showing you, but I wasn't showing you. Oh my God, my apologies. I had my hand like that and I thought you were seeing it. I'm so sorry. It's a great dragon. Anyone watch Game of Thrones? Yeah, it's a really great dragon. Okay. Putting that down. So, y'all, I didn't have lunch. It's been a long, weird week for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully, I'm going to start capturing some interest from you guys. I brought an incredibly eclectic mix. Not sure. Does anyone who's watching want to tell me what you're interested in? Otherwise, I can have this stuff all set up for next week. I mean, I know it's a difficult time. But okay, let's try this. Let's try this and see what people think. But I'm watching all my numbers going in. Rose has talked to me. Dandy has talked to me. Maritza said hi. Oh, I need to show. I promised Maritza I was going to show her something. I will show that before I close. But yeah, I gotta move. I'm gonna have to. $18. This is this beautiful vintage It is metal. It is metal. It's likely brass. Right here is where the two pieces of brass went together. You don't see it on the inside. It is heavy. The gold is glitter, right? And then these really nice rhinestones. I'm thinking this is 80s. It's good. It's really good. It looks like as I turn it sometimes that there's some dead stones. None of the stones are dead. It just depends on, they're not super high quality rhinestones like the earrings I showed. So it just depends on how the light is hitting it. But none of them are dead. There is no damage. There is no missing stones. And it is fabulous. And it is on metal. That is so unusual. It is a smaller size. I cannot get it over my hand. It is a smaller size. But even just for display purposes, or if you like have a booth and you dress up a mannequin with vintage clothes, or you do that at home, or you have a young kid, this is fabulous. It's heavy. I love it. And I like my plastics, and it's metal. It's very unusual. It is a smidge over 2.5 inches on the opening. A smidge. So my hands are small, and it is not because I have this ring on. My hands are small, but they're a little, chubby compared to how they were when I was younger. My wrist is not that big at all. I would say, actually it would go on if I pushed. So with that, I'm going to say it's probably a size 7. 6.5 to a 7 if you don't have chubby fingers. It's heavy, it's blingy, it's fabulous. Okay, starting bid of 18. Now I have a whole bunch of incredible 1950s, 1960s, 1970s plastic, metal, rhinestone, blinged out bangles. And my vintage friends don't seem to really want them. I don't get it because I love them. But so I've been putting aside a whole box of bangles to do a whatnot show of just bangles. Every single one is going to start at, like $16. And I'm just going to go through. I have Bakelite. It goes on and on. But for some reason, my YouTube pals don't like them. Okay, so I'm going to move on. And Marita, if you're still here, I'm going to show this for you. And then I'm going to see where I'm at and how I'm feeling. I may be done. So, starting bid of 19. So 90s, maybe 80s, on a silver tone, mother of pearl cuff. It is done in a very interesting way, and it has yellows and pinks in the white, a little bit of blues. Here's the back, here's the inside. There's no maker. Let's see if I go like this. There you go. There is like this deep, see down here? Deep, deep yellows, depending on how the light hits it. Pinks. There you go. See the pink? Blues, and really like on the ends here, both ends are yellow, which is very interesting. I don't even know. I guess that's mother of pearl. Is it dyed? These pieces to make it extra pop? Because both, well, no, there's white. So I don't know, but it's deep golden yellow. Really nice. Oh, do you, Rose? Nice. This is a really, and then this is an incredible low price. This is probably less than what I paid for it. And I love it. But I have so much jewelry. I mean, I sell jewelry. I've been selling jewelry forever. I don't need to keep it. Look at all the colors. Now we're getting them. And it slides on and off my wrist like that easily. I have never considered squeezing it down smaller. I presume that you could, but I'm not going to do that. So therefore, I would say that this fits I'm a 7.25, 7.5. But I think you could squeeze it down to a 7.25. Not a 7, though. So a 7 is the beginning of a lady's medium. 7.25 is the middle. 7.50 is the top end of a lady's medium. I'll tell you the opening diameter. Yes. The colors on this are gorgeous. It is just, cheap silver hollow tone metal, but it's beautiful. And Maritza likes mother of pearl, so I thought, well, Now see, it says it's 2.5 in the opening, but 2.5 would fit a 7.25. So this is why I always put things on and I show it to y'all, because even with this measurement on the mandrel, on the ring sizer, it doesn't always actually work out that way. I mean, if it was just a 2.5, that would mean that this was like a size 7. And it's not. It comes right on and off. But it does have right here these indents when it was made. Like as if it's mint. This part, see the flex? See how it flexes? So I think you could squish it down to a little bit further. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go, Maritza. And yes, you can wear it. I mean, instead of right there, if it's here, it's perfect. It's not going anywhere. I just always have all these bangles. And I'm used to having my cuffs all the way right here. But yeah, right here it fits fine. It's still, though, it moves so easy. Yeah, 19 is a steal for this. I mean, I'm not saying that so you have to buy it. I'm just letting you know that it's beautiful. It's kind of almost like that's I was going to bring it yesterday to my clearance. So nobody claims this in the next week or so. It too is going in a bag. It too, see, you don't know how much stock I have of jewelry, and then also household, and then boxes of like my mom's jewelry that, not all of it is my style. So I don't want to keep it all, so I will sell it, but I haven't dug into that. And the only way I can stay in business is to keep growing my YouTube channel, which I'm trying really hard to get it back to where it was and get more subs and to actually sell things. So then I can actually buy things. So I can't keep all of this, and I can't sell everything at a loss. And when I bring stuff at the clearance prices and everything, I'm basically asking for what I paid, if not less. So, and I can't, that's a failed business model. So I'm trying, people. I'm trying. I promise. I am really trying. Oh my God. I don't know. When I'm with other resellers, often I sell quite a lot of this thing. Is so old and so beautiful. This is probably the last item I'm going to show tonight because it's hour and a half. I did talk for like 15 minutes, but hour and 15 minutes and nobody's talking. This is special. This is special. Or nobody's buying, excuse me. This is special. Yeah. It is a Rose. It's very much a transition time in the economy, and it's very weird. First, let me show you how teeny tiny the chain is. There is no clasp. Teeny tiny. This is very, very vintage. Look at, like, when I put my fingernail up here, tiny. I believe it is sterling silver. Look what's here in the front. I think it's Grecian. It is amber. It is really worn. It is a hand mala. Prayer beads coming down to this little, it looks like a coin. Maybe it's I'll show you the whole thing in a second, but look, it's on dolly. Look how tiny it is. It's tiny. Okay, let me pull it off and show you. See in my hand? That's it. It does not go around your neck. No, it does not. Again, here's the sterling silver chain. And here is the very worn amber. This is very old. It has oranges, yellows, browns. See the translucence? It's not plastic, it's amber. Here's a much darker orange. Each one is individual. This is all hand carved little beads. This was way before amber became really popular. Way before that. See that? I believe that at 45, this is probably a steal. I believe this was probably a highly collectible item. So on the front of this, and I'm sure that's a sterling silver little thing, it looks like a woman Greek goddess. I'll show you after I say that. And then on the back, there is what looks to be a stylized Egyptian bird. So, okay. So this is likely from Egypt. And I think it's super old. Okay, let me see if I can get this to go into focus. I think this could be like 80 to 100 years old. It's really old. So it is not showing very well. It's hard to show it. that is the lady. Why can I not show this? There's gotta be a way. I mean, I have a loop. I could try with that. There's just not enough light. There you go. So she's got a very Greco face and nose, and then like kind of a crown on. Let me see if the loop helps, because this is a very special piece. If it would stop moving all around, that helps a little bit. And then on the other side, and it's upside down. It's reversed. Hold on, let me flip it. It could be pewter, but I don't know. Is this stylized? See the eyes and the body? And there's some design around it. That's a little bird. Very Egyptian looking. Bye, Rose. Have a good evening. I'm about to go as well. So I will see you probably tomorrow. I really wish, yeah, because nobody's, so that's what this is. It's a hand mala. It looks very Egyptian to me. There is a piece of amber or coral. I'm really not sure right here. That broke. A piece broke. But it doesn't detract. And it, so it's your prayer beads. It's your prayer beads. And it's really old, and it's really, really special. And I don't know this medallion. I don't know if it has, like, if that's a particular goddess. And then the stylized kind of like huge owl-eyed bird. If it has meaning, I don't know. If anyone knows, please let me know. So it started at $45. Very, very old, and it has clearly been prayed using the counter beads many times, because it's just worn and smooth, and you can see the oils. Like you can't see the oils, but you can tell the oil getting in there and changing the colors. Yeah. So I will show this a couple more times, and then it's for sure getting listed. Okay, so now is where I need to say I've been selling for an hour and 20 minutes. And, I take my time and try to do right by you guys, and, on Fridays and not rush. I probably showed about 20 items, and nobody's interested in a wide array, from plastic to rhinestones to costume to actual, semi-precious stones to a mineral tower to, long rhinestone earrings to this really cool ancient mala to, you name it, right? The D&E Juliana earrings, the moon and stars earrings, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show one last item that I've shown before, and I'm going to close with that unless someone says, you know what, do you have anything like this? I'm looking for a necklace like this. Do you have a costume jewelry piece like such and such? Whatever. And then I'll tell you if I do or I don't, and we'll go from there. But this is going to be my last item unless someone drops something in the chat, because I'm not getting anywhere. Thursdays seem to be better. I may get rid of my Fridays. I may do like Monday and Thursdays, because this is not this is not working out to be a very good time for me, a time slot. It was when I was taking care of my father. Friday evenings were really good and really busy for me, but I took a break to grieve, and I'm coming back, and I'm coming on twice a week, and I'm not getting anywhere. So these are a starting bid of $26. I've shown them a few times. They are red coral and like hexagonal, almost opalescent mother of pearl. On gold tone, it may be actual gold, like plated wire, artisan chandelier earrings. They are, they're artisan, so obviously they're one of a kind, but they are beautiful, very lightweight. The coral is bright, bright red, like the necklace I was wearing. It's brighter than that. So on this wire, it comes down to this little just a piece. I can't explain it. The word is going out of my mind. They are not shoulder dusters, but they're close. They're close. I'll take one off and show you. By its lonesome. And, I'm not upset that people aren't buying right now. Don't get me wrong. It is Labor Day weekend. It is the end of the month. And Friday nights have a lot of competition. There you go. That's really nice. I can't stay on and show everything over and over and over. My body will not allow me to do that. And, I'm glad to hang out with all of you, but I can't. But it's also a business. So yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Almost dusting my shoulders. Chandelier style earrings. Starting bid of $26. And they are 2.5 inches long. 2.5 inches long. Gorgeous. Okay. Anyone have a last name or first name? Starts with W. Besides me. I have so many brooches. So, or is this one that broke? Oh no, this is the one that broke. Never mind. It's it's just a stylized little W, but the pin back broke. You know what I should do? I should just take this one piece right there off and glue it onto a brand new pin. I'm a W, or it could be an M for Mary, Martha, any of that. Anyway. So, nobody has any requests about something that they're interested in. So, if you're watching this on the replay, send me an email. It's right down there. Let me know if you're interested in something. That would be why you're sending me an email. Otherwise, you probably would not be. And I will get back to you. Like I said, I am starting to, instead of bringing things, 50 million times, I am going to start selling on other platforms. And that's kind of disappointing to me because I really don't want to pay the fees. I already pay the fees. I have to buy it. I have to research it. I have to clean it. I have to pack it. I have to invoice. I have to go to the post office. I have to. All these things go into every price. And each piece is probably, 10 to a half an hour's worth of work easily by the time it's packed and shown and all of that stuff. And so my prices are pretty decent when you take all of that into account. And I don't want to pay eBay a fee, but if I can't sell here, then that's what I'm going to need to do. So if you're watching on the replay and you're interested in something, please let me know. I hope everyone has a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Please be safe out there with driving and with all the parties and, people drinking. Be aware. And I will be on next Thursday. And I'm going to think about, I might do like a Tuesday, Thursday or a Monday, Thursday, but I'm not sure I'm going to be on next Friday. So, but I'm not quite ready to be on Monday either, although maybe. So check my posts and see what's going on. Maybe next week I'll start Monday and Thursdays because this time slot, So, okay. Thank you all for being here. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your life. Be kind. It doesn't cost a dime. Good night.